Hi, you guys. I just wanted to look at Putin and his space nukes, which apparently, from what I've read, would cause absolute mayhem if he actually had something that could disrupt satellites and things like that. If they set off a detonation in space, what that would cause to satellites and things, not to mention communications and things like that, but just fallout and so on and so forth. So I'm just looking at him with whatever it is, nuke wise, that he has for space as weaponry. And I'm just asking if he has something like that. And if he does, would he be able to, or not be able to, but would he actually use it? Would he get that crazy? And if so, then, like what would happen? So, the thing with Putin is that you just don't know. I think on one hand, in his mind, he'd have no trouble doing it, except for what it would mean to him as a result afterward. I think he cares too much about himself and not enough about everyone else. That, pardon the wind back, that he would not want what that would mean for him is more bothersome to him. That's just my gut feeling with him. But let's just see. So I'm dialing into Putin here. Just a second. Got a shift. Let's just see. Putin and his space nukes. What do we need to know? Putin and his space weaponry. Does he have these things? Would he use them? And what do we need to know about that? Well, I get the watchfulness of the Page of Swords. So this is like intel. This is down to spying, this kind of energy, observance, surveillance. And I get the Queen of Cups. That to me makes me feel like it's a nation nearby that's keeping an eye on him. Maybe from the water with the Queen of Cups. Something about that. I was just getting. Anyhow, so we're getting that this is being watched. And the fact that the Queen is so intently looking at that cup, I really get the feeling that a conveyance of their intel is being very much watchful with him and such things. There's information, and somebody's got their eyes on the details. Okay, I'm getting the six of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. This is winning a battle, one that's long, wanting to that's been long drawn out. This is more about recognition, though, being hailed the hero. So, to me, this is something about recognition and something of real ability achievement. This is what he wants, more than anything. But he's not done anything to earn that. He's not made their economy better, their way of living better. It's all become for the worst. So I feel like this kind of thing is really a, a means to perhaps get the acknowledgement that he wants, the respect that he wants through weaponry and war, conflict based advancement with that Six of Wands. That's all about acknowledgement. Yes, we get the Chariot and the Fool. Well, he would definitely be taking a great big risk, and he knows that. It would be a stupid risk as well, because I believe it would be intercepted. There's equal determination beyond his strength and capacity, is what I'm getting, to make sure, once again, that we silly humans don't make a faux pas, a poor, foolish choice of a great risk that we haven't the mental, um, um, the mental, emotional maturity to deal with. It's letting out something that is, biting off something more that's bigger than we can chew. So this is the feeling I'm getting here with him regarding these weapons, and that no, I do think we would have almost like an angelic guard around this, especially with the charioteer. Feels to me like angelic strength, action that interrupts the fool from going over the edge of the cliff here. The Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So this is about partnerships and offers. I think he's definitely looked to get these components, looked to get whatever, this kind of a weaponry. But he might not be getting quite what he thinks he's getting. There's something about that with that Knight of Cups as a potential. So though he might trade or receive something through another country, one of his little buddies, is it up to task? Is he getting what he thinks he's getting? Maybe not. And maybe that's where the foolishness that we're being given to acknowledge would lie. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting Three of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So though there's suffering and heartbreak, I think he knows that if he were to try to actually use something like that, he would get his butt handed to him very, very quickly, which is something he does not want to happen. He wants to stay in power at every point available to him. And that's why he's going as far as, he wants to terrify people, and he is crazy enough to actually be desperate enough to use these things. But there's a part of him that also knows that if he does, he's just ensured now that he's not going to last. So he likes to have it as leverage. But I get that in an off-camera reading right before this, very quickly, I got that if he were to try to employ something, it would fail. That there's once again, there was a card of more of a angelic presence, as goofy as that might sound, but something's just not willing, and it's not just America or some other country, but it's just not going to be given to happen. You could say it's other awareness, interdimensional awareness. I definitely felt that. It's like I will be watching for that, and if he even tries to explode something like that, that affects not just planet Earth, but other galaxies and whatnot, and others in the galaxy. That's just that that's not going to. They will act. They will act. I really do think that there is, intuitively, I've always felt very strongly that they do react to a block where nuclear exchange or action like that would take place. That kind of destruction is not so much earthly contained. It can start to affect, I think, somehow others in this galaxy and whatnot. They don't want that to happen. We get the moon and the tower. So his power is due to fail him. And again, if he were to try to use something like this, it would fail miserably and disruptively. It would mean the worst for him. It would for sure sign him off. And I don't believe, once again, that he wants that to happen. He just wants to use the leverage. He wants to use darkness, but darkness is going to have its way with him, and it's coming sooner rather than later as well with this tower. We're shown the past, and we're shown a little village. We're shown childhood, and we're shown the home, the families, society. And it just, to me, this is to do also with the well-being for children, and I think for other people outside of Putin, of course, the populace. But it's also saying that maybe something from the past would be effective. There's holding on. Yeah, he wants to hold on, and I think be the only star on the horizon. He wants to maintain power. And he wants to maintain that he could do something like that, but he realizes if he were to act upon it, it would be the end for him. So he's just going to use it as leverage. I also get that other life forms in our galaxy are not about to allow him to do so. There's, again, a protectiveness with that 4. There is kind of an encapsulation of it, a sense that this attitude goes not only toward Earth, but also toward themselves, that this is not something that they would, as I was saying, want to have occur. Interesting, we get the stars, and that it would be some kind the idea is that it explodes some kind of nuclear um, explosion in space that would affect satellites and other things beyond what we would figure. It's always like that. And this, to me, not only shows Putin's desire to remain in power and in the spotlight and to use this kind of leverage, but to not actually do it. Because if he did try, I am getting there's a protective element interdimensionally that's not going to permit this to occur. It puts the brakes on it. It's protective, it's going to stop it. And there is also, along the heels of that, moving into a, a more settled environment where there isn't such drama going on. And this to me is a message from, I feel like, spirit and interdimensional brothers and sisters, so to speak, of the universe. I know this sounds corny as heck, but it really is like, we're going to help you. You may not be aware of our presence, but we're here, we're aware, we're trying to steer you, help you to go in a better direction away from use of such weaponry and this kind of war crazy leadership. They see us as the populace as needing protection, needing help. And though they're limited with what exactly as much they can do for us, this is something that they can do and will do. Because I guess it is not allowed to occur. It is beyond the earth. It's beyond just affecting only us. And I think also it could be like the damage you can't even imagine would be beyond what you would think if someone did that. And we're here to keep you from doing going too far, or from somebody on the planet from going too far and using that kind of weaponry or what have you. So I feel like we're being shown there is help given and guidance that gets you out of the deep water, out of the chaotic water, toward the calmer shore. And I think that's what's going to happen with Putin and his nation. It won't be his nation anymore, coming soon. Yeah, he likes to use it to taunt and torment people. There we have it with the Five of Swords and the Page of Wands. It's childlike, poking the bear and saying you're going to do this and being a bully. It's his tool as a bully, but he's not going to be able to use it. So I want you to take a deep breath. It's not that we don't have results of things that can happen to us as a society, like COVID and things like that, but I don't think we can fully imagine the scale to which that would disrupt things for our planet and what spiritually we're trying to achieve by coming here. And that it goes too far is what I get. So that thing about also other intelligence preventing something that would be beyond what we could handle from happening. I do feel like I'm being shown that they do say, no, you're not going to do that. That affects us too. All right, so I'm just going to leave that there for right now, because I'm already at 20 minutes. And I'll do another reading with regard to, I think, Navalny and so on and so forth. But this was just on Putin and his space nukes and what's up with that. So I don't get that he would be able to use them. He knows it, and he likes to use it as a bully's weapon to instill fear and terror. But he knows if he did use it, that it would, the opposite of what he wants would happen. He would be, for sure taken out. And he doesn't want that. He wants to try to delay, not unlike Trump, his time in power, or his ability, his access to the power he has, because he knows he's about ready to lose his grip on it. So I will leave that there. And if you appreciate these kinds of videos, please do give me a thumbs up and help my algorithm. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.